Hello again, you are watching eNCA on DSTV channel 403 as we are here at Nasrec, building up to the start, the official start of the ANC's National Conference, at which new leadership will be elected, as well as we hear new policies might be adopted. We've got reporters up and about. We have Faith Daniels currently. She's going to be joining us now live. She's with the national spokesperson, Pule Mabe. Good afternoon, Faith.
Good afternoon, Radan, and that's right. And as we all wait in anticipation for this conference to start, the person who can tell us about when exactly that is going to be is Mr. Pule Mabe. He's, of course, the national spokesperson for the ANC. Pule, thank you for joining us. Just take us through what exactly is happening now. We saw people moving up and down into a plenary hall. Where are we now with this conference?
Well, we are expected to start any minute from now. The national officials of the ANC have arrived. There was a bit of a delayed movement from delegates who were moving from the registration center. As you know, Faith, the registration is not happening at the venue of conference. And this was done purposefully. It was done to allow us to be able to manage all of this without any more hassles. So any time from now, we have already begun the process of getting all our delegates back into plenary. We said, because the first part of the program is really an open session, open to yourselves from the media and all of that. So it is possible that while you are awaiting to finalize the whole registration and ultimately present what is called credentials to conference, which effectively talks to who is attending conference, you take that from your registration data. You can be seized with other things, national anthem, political report, because they happen in open sessions of conference. And then by the time you are done with those, you will also be done with all other things, And this is what happens always in conferences.
But let's talk about the delay. I mean, you must admit it's been a bit of a it was a long delay, right? So a program that was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. The movement only like moments ago. What caused the delay? Was it the accreditation process, or was the issue here actually at Nasrec and with the actual leaders and the program?
Well, there are no issues here at Nasrec. You can see for yourselves. Your media village, where your people from the media are expected to work, is up and running. The conference plenary hall is up and running. All commission halls are set up. It's really the registration issue. It's nothing political. We don't have a problem. It's just an issue of registration. It's administration, if you like.
But what was the particular problem? What was the hold-up?
Well, it's admin. Remember, in certain instances, delegates it's a replacement of delegates. In certain instances, it's people whose membership has lapsed. All of that. Because of our previous legal challenges, we have to make sure that the registration process is thorough to avoid any unnecessary eventuality.
Okay. So in terms of the program, you say it's going to start in the next 10-15 minutes. Then just take us through
the right language to use is anytime soon. And we might be starting anytime soon. What will happen is that the president will do the political report. After the political report, then we'll jump into the closed session. In the closed session, we'll discuss and adopt credentials. After discussing and adopting credentials, we'll then move into the Secretary General's organizational report, which will be presented by the Deputy President. Afterwards, we'll do the Treasurer General's report, which will be presented by the Treasurer General, Comrade Paul Mashati. From there on, we'll deal with the electoral guidelines and the nomination processes that Comrade Khalima would have. That report would then be tabled before conference as well. And then from there, we'll move into commission reports.
You reminded us as the media today that it's your last stint as the spokesperson for the ANC. The NEC rounded up their last meeting also, and there were a couple of things that came out of there that was very crucial to this conference as well. You like describing the moods of meetings. So how was the mood of that meeting?
Well, I think a bit somber. Any day before conference is a bit charged because, you find that very individual cadres who are leading in the national executive committees have been pronounced for similar positions, but by different sides of the membership of the ANC. So it's not, it has got its own. But I'm sure that after Sunday, when the new leadership shall have been elected, especially national officials, things will be much easier. The moment that people have been waiting for, all those nominations and all of that, it's here. The only thing we can do is to only start late, but conference is proceeding. We have to emerge with a leadership. Whether it's the ones that are leading now, elected for a new term, they will still be part of a new leadership. Yes.
And unity and renewal are words that are being punted over and over at this conference. But is it possible? I mean, you were talking about a somber mood as the NEC met. Is it possible, given the mood that is prevailing?
It is possible. I think that part, as I said, is brought about by the fact that we are entering into conference. But look, what I learned, having been in the NEC for quite some time now, is that there is also a great sense of camaraderie. You tend to feel at times that, but this constitutes comradeship. There is a sense of comradeship as well in terms of how we relate and do our own things. So I think that the other issues are really because of where we are. In conferences are always highly charged. You have been around. You have attended conferences of the ANC before. But one of the things that members of the ANC do post-conferences is that they are able to rise beyond their own differences.
Do you think that is possible this time around, Pule?
Yes, it's very much possible. Because, you see, look at it. Members of the ANC very often don't differ on policy matters. We don't differ on policy positions, no. The difference could just be on the pace. But we attend the same conference. We adopt the same resolutions. So it means on policy fronts, we don't differ. So basically, all things being equal, we're supposed to just forge consensus. Because it's not like when you are elected, if I contest with you as president and you get elected, you are going to have to implement different policies. No. You are bound by party line and the discipline of the movement to follow directives and instructions of the party.
Okay, let's let you go and do what you have to do with the media and getting these sessions on the go. That was our thanks to Pule Mabe, who's the ANC spokesperson, saying to us earlier it's his last round being the spokesperson for the ANC, that is looking forward to new challenges. What those new challenges are within the party, well, we'll see after this conference.